Hello and welcome to today's episode of Platinum Talks Wealth. Emmy-nominated journalist Jennifer Rogers Markwell changed gears in her television career when she realized the need to help women make sense of investing. She regularly hosts educational workshops to empower women and others to take charge of their financial future. Now, join your host, Platinum Wealth Management President Jennifer Rogers Markwell, as she leads us into the world of money memories, money infidelities, and how these can mold our relationship with our personal finances as adults. Let's dive into today's episode.
Hi, and thanks for joining us on the Platinum Talks Wealth podcast. It's Jennifer Rogers Markwell, and today I have the pleasure to be joined by Tatiana Honein. Thank you so much for joining us. I've been asking you for a little bit, so I'm so glad we were able to do this.
I know, me too. Thank you for having me.
Of course, of course. So I always ask, tell me all about you and why you do what you do.
So I'm an intern on the Platinum Wealth team. I've been an intern for about a year and a half, and I knew I wanted to do this because I knew I wanted to be a wealth advisor, and it's just been a great experience overall, getting to see everything behind the scenes.
So being an intern, I feel like is an important role, right? That I feel like others don't necessarily lean into as much. Your other classmates, are they doing internships like you are? What's the landscape look like?
Not really. I know a lot of people have been trying to do summer internships, which is only 3 months long, but after that it's over, and they're kind of just let loose, and not really anything follows after that.
Yeah. And what are you seeing I mean, granted, this changes every time, right? Every year, every semester, I feel like, but what are you seeing the job market look like for other classmates, right? Who maybe have one internship or zero internships?
Yeah, right now the job market is not looking too good, especially for post-grad life. I've seen a lot of people that once they graduate, they go and travel and they don't really have a job lined up, which is honestly kind of stressful to me, but I feel like I'm pretty set in stone right now.
Yeah. And again, I feel like you don't have to say nice things, but I do appreciate when you do say nice things. But so your internship so far, I mean, tell me about that and tell me really for people listening as well, why is it so important to explore doing an internship?
I feel like it's really important because hearing about jobs is so much different than actually living through it. And I love being on the team because everyone is so helpful. It's not like I'm given a task and then like shoved in the dark and I have to figure everything out on my own. It's like we all work together and it's just a lot of fun. And I learn so much every day.
I still learn so much every day. I tease actually. I was just actually speaking to a group, and one of the things that I was sharing was for me, my dream environment would be creating a team where there are no mean girls, right? So,
Mhm.
an environment where we supported each other and lifted each other, and really that trickles down to, I feel like, how we also serve clients, right? We're helping each other and we rally to be able to support clients in any way that's needed, which is, I think, amazing.
Yeah, definitely. And I feel like our team is so much like that.
Yeah, yeah. And you had said too, other people that you've encountered that would come in and talk to classes, their experiences weren't quite the same.
Yeah, it was more so like the work world was a shark tank for them and they were trying to climb their way to the top, but then they were getting pushed back down and they were just on their own trying to figure it all out.
And I think there's a lot to be said about appreciating humans you work with, right? Like I feel like we
Mhm.
do spend a lot of time working, and balance is a word I don't like to use often because I feel like I'm not good at it and it's not a balance. So one of our team members said it's more of a lifestyle, and I was like, that's a beautiful way to put it because we're working, we're engaged, but it truly is a part of like who we are, heart centric on the team, which is awesome. But from your perspective, even navigating through school, working, I mean, it's a lot. Tell me more about that. And people who are thinking about interning, wondering how can I make this work?
Yeah, well, it's definitely easier since we are remote. So what I do is I kind of also try to create a balance. So if we have Zooms, I'll be on time for that. During the school year, I'll try to make whatever I can. And then if there's any work that I'm able to do like at night or it's not time stamped or anything, I'll definitely work more like in the evenings, especially during school.
And would you recommend interns to everyone, regardless of what
Yeah.
career path they're in?
Yes, definitely. I feel like it's helped me get a nice head start and it's helped me figure out like this is for sure what I want to do.
Yeah, I mean, people that get their degree that never work in the environment that they want to work in, regardless of what that is, right? In TV, I had 5 internships. I was that crazy girl who wanted to make sure that this is what I wanted to do. And lo and behold, my career path changed, and here I am. But I feel like it's so important because what if you're spending all this time and all this money for a degree in something that you find that you don't love? I feel like that happens.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I felt too. And at the beginning, I was a little lost, not really sure what I wanted to do.
You are listening to the Platinum Talks Wealth podcast.
Hey, it's Jennifer. I wanted to take a quick break to remind you that you are worthy to have a seat at the table when it comes to money and your finances. We, both me and my team at Platinum Wealth Management, want to meet you where you are, whether you're starting out, starting over, or have been investing for years. Reach out to us at platinumwealth.net or call us at 775-717-0001. We'd be honored to help.
And now, back to the podcast.
So this has helped really solidify my path.
Well, it's been lovely to have you and watch you grow and just see you navigate from where you are when you first, joined and into where you are now.
Yeah, it's been lovely to be here, and I can like feel the growth within myself too. I feel like I've changed so much just being here.
You've grown a ton, which has been awesome to witness. So glad you're here. Well,
Thank you.
you have helped so much with the podcast, right? As we're kind of navigating and we're working on doing some books and things behind the scenes. So I was teasing before we actually started recording. You probably listen to more episodes than my husband, and he's listened to every single one. So um, that being said, you know how this works. So I always ask,
Yeah.
first question is tell us about your first money memory that you had, as a younger person or as a child that helped mold your relationship to money now as an adult.
Yeah, so I've been thinking about this a lot, and I think I finally hit the nail on this. And so basically, growing up, I was raised by a single father. So we kind of did everything with him. Me and my siblings would go everywhere with him. And one of the things we would do all the time was go to the bank, like maybe 2 or 3 days a week, especially because he was a business owner. So every time we'd go to the bank, my brothers would go straight for the chairs, but I would go up to the counter with my dad, and I would watch him deposit all the money and like see all the money go in and then go home and check his account. And so the first time I really got a large sum of money was for my first communion. So I told my dad, and I was like, I want to put it in the bank like you do. So he took me to the bank, and I opened up my first savings account, and he gave me 50 extra dollars to start it. And then I opened it up and I went home, and he showed me my account and all the money. And ever since then, anytime I get like a large sum of money, or even when I get paid, I put money in my savings account.
I love that. And you've heard all kinds of money memories. That's a super
Yeah.
fantastic, healthy one that, I mean, your dad helped plant that seed for you to, I think, be a good steward of
Mhm.
money. That's amazing.
Yeah, definitely.
Ah, I love that one. Well, we also talk about financial infidelities, which that can be a
Mhm.
big, scary, hairy topic for a lot of folks. And ultimately, the goal is let's share these stories so we can all learn from them. What's a
Yeah.
financial infidelity that you've experienced or that you've witnessed that you think others could learn from?
Yeah, so this one actually happened to me when I moved away to college. So I was moving from Reno to San Diego, which was obviously a very big change. And every summer, I usually try to work as much as I can to put away as much money before I start school, because during the school year, I obviously can't work as much. And so that whole summer, I spent almost every day working. I didn't really get to enjoy my last summer here, but obviously I'm back, which is great. But I put away like a pretty large sum of money. And in Reno, there's not really a lot of shopping. No one's really trendy. Like there's like maybe one or two good stores. And so when I went to San Diego, I had a pretty small wardrobe, and I didn't really have like all the latest trends. And I would look around and everyone had it. So then maybe like a week after I moved there, I went to the mall and I spent all the money that I had saved up that entire summer just trying to get a new wardrobe to fit in.
Wow. Wow.
Yes.
What happened?
Then I was out of money for the whole semester. I couldn't really do much. I had a meal plan which would give me money per week to go buy food, and I would always have to ask my dad for money to help me out.
How did that what did your dad say? Like, what did that look like?
My dad was definitely disappointed in me. I was also disappointed in myself. I was feeling a little bit of regret, but at the same time, I was like, I need to fit in, like, I need to do the most, and it just really backfired.
No, but that's a valid point though, especially being young and kind of moving to a new environment, right? You want to be able to
Mhm.
fit in and blend in and look your best. And I mean, would you say that that was a huge pivotal moment for you looking back on that?
Yeah, definitely. Especially because half the stuff I bought, I don't even know where it went or what happened to it now, and it just felt really wasteful.
Oh, well, thank you for sharing that. And I'm sure people listening, right, who were college age are probably like, oh, I've done something like that, right? And
Hmm.
granted, you didn't put it on credit cards, so you weren't in massive debt
Yeah.
because of it. But yeah, I think that was a solid life lesson for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I didn't even have a credit card at the time.
Wow. Well, thank you for sharing that. I appreciate
Of
it.
course.
So, as we start to wrap up the conversation, I always like to ask, tell us some tips and tricks that you use differently to utilize money in your own household.
So, in my household, since I'm still pretty young, my father still supports me financially a little bit. So, he'll mainly pay for my needs and then I'll pay for my wants. So, he puts like a roof over my head, he helps me out with utilities, and then I will pay for anything I want. Like, he'll pay for like if I want $2 face wash, he'll pay for that. But if I want to splurge and get like the $20 face wash, then that's on me and all that. And it's like giving me some push to be on my own, but it's also helping so that I'm not stressed. I'm able to do school while not having to stress about earning money and trying to like keep myself in check and
Yeah,
a roof over my head.
and you are working through too. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
you're working multiple jobs. Like, it's very, I was telling the team this the other day. It's very impressive to me because I remember doing the same thing when I was in school, right? I
Hmm.
remember working multiple jobs, having an internship, and I see that in you too. You're like trying to bust it everywhere, plus go to school, plus get good grades and try to do all the
Yeah.
things. It's pretty awesome to see that.
Yeah, I love to have like a work ethic and I love to be productive. I don't just like to sit back and not do anything.
Well, and Tatiana, how old are you right now?
I'm 21.
So you're one of the youngest on the team,
Yeah.
which is awesome. But to see that, I mean, people talk about the younger generations not being on their game, and I've got to say, like watching you and watching you navigate and how hard you work, you are on your game.
Thank you.
Of course, of course. Well, thank you so much for making time to chat today. Such an honor.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. And hopefully, those of you watching or joining us or listening will join us on the next Platinum Talks Wealth podcast.
If you enjoyed today's podcast, Platinum Talks Wealth, please subscribe and share. For more information about Jennifer Rogers Markwell or Platinum Wealth Management, please visit www.platinumwealth.net. Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor, member of FINRA and SIPC. The opinions voiced in this podcast are for general information only and are not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual. To determine which strategies or investments may be suitable for you, consult the appropriate qualified professional prior to making a decision. The guest speakers and their companies are not affiliated with or endorsed by LPL Financial or Platinum Wealth Management.